para hacer magia negra y todo, ¿no? Para hacer bebedizos.
Just tell me about your second time on ayahuasca, and just let me.
Second time I had a friend who was a bitch, who was responsible for my divorce. But she had a beautiful farm with a cascade.
She was responsible for your divorce because you slept with her while you were married?
No, I did not sleep with her. I wouldn't touch her. She was just bitch. She was one of these women who are single, who are not fucked, and who are destroying everyone else's marriages because they want to increase amount of unhappy women around them, as they are. So they make this crowd more bigger, more together. So she did everything possible to destroy our marriage, which she succeeded. But at the beginning we were friends.
So you did ayahuasca with her?
No, can I finish, please?
Yeah, we'll go.
Because the story, my story will never be shallow. I'm not going to lock myself in the hotel room with the German and because it must be.
Why is that shallow?
Because it is like planned. My things must be unpredictable.
It wasn't planned. We had
Look,
spoken. Okay.
she had. Can I tell the story? Then you are going to judge.
Okay.
And we are not going to compete with each other. So she had a beautiful cascade, which I loved. I went there all the time because I was walking out in the morning. You had to go through the jungle maybe 10 minutes, and there was a huge cascade with this natural swimming pool. And I was walking every morning at 6 o'clock alone and naked. I was washing myself in this cascade. Resulted, it was a holy cascade of Sachilas. And she said, look, I'm witched because I have stolen the land from the Indians. And there's a spirit of the Indian chief who lives in this cascade and he's going to punish me. We must clean this cascade. I said, well, let's go to Sachilas and ask them what we should do. Let's bring 2 or 3 shamans and have the ritual of cleaning the cascade. So we went to the Sachilas, to the Indians, and they told us, look, you have of course pay us this, pay us that, bring us that, and we have to clean the cascade. But you will have to drink ayahuasca to get in touch with the spirit. We said, well, no problems. So you have to dress white, you have to be naked, only you are covered with some kind of white clothes, and you bring offers to the spirit in this cascade, and you are going to have marimbas, you are going to have us praying, but first you are going to drink ayahuasca, and with that you are going to go to this cascade. Well, we brought like fruits and whatever, everything set up with flowers, and there was this shaman, a lot of Marlboro because they smoke all the time, and this ayahuasca, and they put us ayahuasca. Ayahuasca does not have immediate effect. So we walked to the cascade, and I remember that I was sitting in this sheet cut in half, naked underneath, on the huge stone close to water, and they were, painted with their hair red and face covered with achiote, and marimbas, boom, 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 and drums, and the guy was yelling, well, whatever, spirit come, spirit go, but he was yelling in such that, so of course I didn't understand. And suddenly I feel I have to puke, so I puked. And then I said, look, there is no way I will drown here. I cannot walk. There's no way I can go back because I was sitting on something which was covered with water. I cannot go home. I will never go home. I will sit here. And I started to have this vision, and I was so furious because it was beautiful. All these Indians standing, yelling, greetings, shouting. And I was unmobilized. I was paralyzed. Everything was deformed. I wanted to register every moment of it, but I couldn't because I was under this influence of this thing. So I puked once again. And then one of the Indians realized that I cannot walk. And he told me, look, I will help you. He managed to take me through this cascade because it was even dangerous, slippery, and led me back to the path. And somehow I lied on the porch around the swimming pool and stayed there for the whole night with all kind of things going up and down, up and down. But if I would say it's pleasant, no. The scene was beautiful. The scenery with the drums and with everything was beautiful. I wish I would be sober. I wish I wouldn't drink, but I would offend them. I have participated many times in Ayahuasca with the young guys like you who come to Ecuador and want to try it. I have had Polish stars, I have had young guys like trying. And I always tell them, you know, it's not going to kill you, it's not pleasant. But they all want to try, those who tried. So you want to try, then they puke. One puked all over my car with spaghetti, I remember that. One was told that he's going to die in 3 days, and he was a star. He is a star on Polish television from the Cook Show. So he started to cry like a baby. He was begging shaman to change his verdict, and shaman, who was stoned as well, took $10, said, and suddenly the crown he had over his head fell over the candlelight, which symbolized the life of the guy. There was darkness, and then shaman wakes up, puts a light on, says $10 back, he's going to die anyhow. So the guy was in tears. He said he was crying and he was telling, I have betrayed my wife, I was not faithful, I was bad man, I love my family, I love my kids, I want to be good man. And we went to the house. He said, look Thomas, you are going to be with me when I sleep, because now I'm not anymore me, I am a Peter Pan, and I will fly out of the window any moment to Neverland. So you have to hold the legs of my bed, because this bed is flying with me to the ceiling, and it's already close to the ceiling, and I will fly out, and I don't want to fly out because I want to stay here. I told him, look Bobek, his name was Robert, you are stoned. He said, no, I'm not stoned, I'm positive I'm a Peter Pan. I said, okay, I will sit on the floor and hold the legs of the bed, so you are not going to be Peter Pan. So it took like 20 minutes, half an hour, and finally he has fallen asleep. The following day he remembered the verdict that he's going to die. He cried and cried all the time about waiting to Quito. He comes to Quito, he says, he comes home, look, I have sinned a lot, I have cheated on my wife, but honestly I love my wife, I love my kids, I will not do it again. But I will die in 3 days, so they will never know how much I love them. So I tell him, well, there's nothing else I can do. And there were 3 Franciscans visiting me. And he comes to them and says, look, I would like to confess because I'm going to die tomorrow, because it was already the day. So Franciscans were very sad. They said, you can confess, but we have one gift for you. We have one ilo, the thing from the habit of San Francisco. And it's a very holy object for us. But we have to share, because you are threatened by that. We'll give you a little piece of it, so you can take it on your flight. And when you die, you just pray, and maybe San Francisco will help you. Okay, then I know from the story what happened in the plane. Suddenly there were turbulences over Atlantic.
To what?
Turbulences. The plane started to jump up and down. The guy goes on, everyone yells, the light went off, the guy drops on his knees with this little, part of clothes from San Francisco, and on the knees he prays. So everyone thinks it is, but it was jumping up and down. 3 days later, his wife calls me and says, what have you done to him? Did you permanently damage his brain? He is walking with some kind of thing in his head. He's going to church every 3 minutes, thanking for San Francisco for saving his life. Did you give him anything which damaged his brain? I said, no, that's a faith. That's what happened. So that was the end of the story of someone else. The other stories, I have many stories like that. I don't want to bore you.